Enqi Kombucha can be made from any sort of tea. And I'm looking it up right now. It's not a certain kombucha plant. It can be made from any sort of tea.
No, you talking about
You got the plant ready? I want to see the kombucha plant like a dandelion. If you can't show me the kombucha plant, we got to move on, brother.
That means Taharka now has to sit quietly while he gets the answer to his question.
No, you're not going to get that. I X the screen out. I don't care. You're not going to deflect. You're going to show me the kombucha plant, and that's it. If you cannot show me the kombucha plant, we don't have nothing else to talk about.
Let me ask you a question.
Would have been his kombu. Kombu is a seaweed. It's a kelp. Grows in the ocean. And the cha is from their language, Japanese, I believe. And it means tea. So it's tea from kombu, a seaweed. And what they do is they use bacteria and yeast to ferment it to make a drink out of it. All right. So it's kind of considered like a probiotic tea. All right. Today in manufacturing, these yeast are made from the main yeast that they use, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is foreign. It's they're cloning these bacteria and yeast, and they're fermenting the kombu seaweed and making a tea. So there you have it.
Get it started, man. Let's get it started, man. Listen. I wouldn't be doing this if the trolls wouldn't have been trolling me. Because let me tell you something. I want y'all to say it with me. This has nothing to do with kombucha. I want to lay this out, and I'm going to say it a couple times during the show. This has everything to do with manipulation of information in order to get your money out your pocket by selling products. This has nothing to do with kombucha. I just want to show you how these YouTubers manipulate information to appear to be intelligent to get your money out your pocket by selling products. Do you hear what I'm saying? Can everybody put in the chat, this is not about kombucha. Don't let them run that narrative. Don't let them run that narrative. This has nothing about kombucha. This is about how they manipulate, and they have been manipulating our people for the longest. They have been manipulated. This is the manipulation. And I'm going to show you how they do it today. You're going to see how they do it today. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see how they do it today. I'm going to show you how they play with words. I'm going to show you how they flip it. This has nothing to do with kombucha. This is a learning moment. This is a teachable moment. Again, family, I want you to remember, please, this has nothing to do with Enqi. This has something to do with how they remix information. And we're only going to use the kombucha situation to show how this works. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to do it right now. Now, first of all, y'all, I want to be clear. Can we be clear real quick that I don't want anybody to mistake what's happening here. So let me just put it like this. Here we go. Let me get one of these. I want to be clear so y'all can hear.
Any sort of tea. And I'm looking it up right now. It's not a certain kombucha plant. It can be made from any sort of tea.
Watch this.
No, you're talking about a fermented drink. That's like what they started from Jamaica.
Listen, he even said it's like a drink that you started from Jamaica. Kombucha has nothing to do with Jamaica, number one.
But what I'm saying is that the plant,
he's referring to a plant called kombucha. Let's not talk about derivative. Let's not talk about it is a plant because it derives. No, we're talking about a plant called kombucha. Family, we ain't in the first grade. I want to show you how this manipulation happens.
they make that fermented drink from is the source of where they began a fermented drink from. But what I'm saying is that the plant that they make that fermented, what they started from Jamaica. But what I'm saying is that the plant that they make that fermented drink from is the source of where they began extracting.
You see what I'm saying? Stop right there. Stop right there. The plant. Hey, listen. I just want to show you how the manipulation happens. That's all I want to show you. Y'all may think it's about kombucha, but there's a bigger picture than that. The bigger picture is that we allow people to say anything. And we subscribe to our brothers and sisters, and we don't do our own check. We don't do our own check. And so I'm going to help you. I want to show you how you can easily vet information that people tell you. So we're going to start right here. Here we go. Man, it ain't going to look good. It ain't going to look good. Now, it wouldn't be a big deal if Enqi would have just said, I slipped of the tongue. I made a mistake. But Enqi went on, and he also went on his own platform. His minions came on my IG. They came on my Facebook. They came everywhere talking about some saying both of y'all right, some saying he right. I'm telling you that he's emphatically wrong, and Ali is emphatically wrong. In fact, let me show you what Ali says. Let me show you what Ali says. Show you what
The
he
clip
said.
that I saw, no disrespect to him or anybody on the show, was going crazy because he wanted Enqi.
If you think it's petty, get out the chat. Matter of fact, I'm blocking you. Get out here. Come in here talking slick. I'm blocking you. We're going to get this work. Because if you don't know what I'm talking about people deceiving our people. And if you call that petty, you don't belong in this chat. This is to help our people to critically think. This live stream tonight is to help our people to critically think. That's what this is about tonight. I'm going to show you how to critically think. Now, I'm going to show, I didn't block you, City Motors. Watch this.
To tell him what plant kombucha came from.
That's not true.
And from the part that I Enqi to tell him what plant kombucha crazy.
Yeah, Ali is in a conversation that he don't even know what he's talking about. Listen to him one more time.
Because he wanted Enqi to tell him what plant kombucha came from.
I never asked Enqi to show me what plant kombucha came from. I said, show me the plant named kombucha. That's what I said, Ali. You need to mind your business and go back in hiding. Because you come out of hiding looking all chubby, looking all flat, looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. You know what I mean? Trying to play a hate on mine? Come on, man. You coming out of hiding looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. Man, go back, do some push-ups. You ain't ready for this, Ali. What's wrong with you? You speaking all out of place and out of context, and then you're gonna throw my name in your video, looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. Get on out of here, trying to play a hate on Moorish World TV. You better get a grip. That's not true.
And from the part that I saw, which is a clip, somebody sent me a clip that was about 7 minutes. If it was a larger show, I don't know if they...
See how goofy that is? This guy is supposed to be a doctor, but he says, somebody send me a clip of 7 minutes. Of 7 minutes. If it's a larger clip, I don't know. So this supposed to be Dr. Chu, Ali Muhammad. He's going to make a decision to make a video to speak on the context out of 7 minutes. Did you hear this? And y'all going to take some advice from this guy? Y'all going to take some advice from this guy? Listen to what he said. Listen, this is how smart this guy is.
I saw, which is a clip. Somebody sent me a clip that was about 7 minutes.
Somebody sent him a clip that was about 7 minutes.
If it was a larger show, I don't know if they came to this conclusion.
If it was a larger show. So he took 7 minutes soundbite. So he took 7 minutes and he made a 20-minute video. And in the 20-minute video, he says that, hold up, let me pull it up. In the 20-minute video, he says that Tahaka is wrong, kombucha is a plant. Ali Muhammad. Ali Muhammad. This ain't Lord Abba, brother. I'm not Lord Abba. I'm the people's Grand Sheikh Tahaka Bey. You can't run that game on me because I'm going to drag you. One thing about me, I'm not going to argue about something I don't know. But I'm going to give you a rest for a second. I'll get back to you in a minute. Let's get it. Now, one of the reasons that we got to be particular about this is because these are the people that are selling products to our people. Do you understand why this is serious? It's because they're selling products to our people. I'm going to show that this is false too. In Japanese tongue, kombu, kelp, seed, cha. But I'm going to show you what that means in a minute. I'm going to give you the history and everything. What this is about is people calling themselves doctors. They're calling themselves sheiks. They're calling themselves ministers. And then they sell products to our people. So we're going to need you to qualify yourself after this one here. So let's get busy. Let's get busy. This is what we're going to do. So this is my brother Enqi. Again, this is not about Enqi. But as you can see, he got his credentials on his wall. He sells products as a doctor. So for him to misquote something, he should be honorable. He should be honorable and said he was wrong. He should be honorable and say that he was wrong. That way he has some form. He has some form of integrity behind his products. That's what he should have did. Guess what? I wasn't even going to do this. I wasn't even going to do this until the minions, and some of y'all in here right now, till the minions went crazy. Till the Ali Muhammad went crazy. So now I'm going to use it as a teachable moment. I'm going to show you how manipulation has taken place within the conscious community. I'm going to show you how it takes place in the conscious community. Somebody say, this is sad. That's your boy. What about truth? What about truth? What about truth? We don't want truth? We don't want truth? We don't want truth? That's my boy. We don't want truth? Well, your boy should have said, man, you right, GS. That's what your boy should have did. But your boy kept it going. He went on for 20 minutes. He kept it going. So we're going to deal with truth. I want you to unscribe now. Let me give you time to unscribe since you're so upset that we about to kick some truth out here. Go ahead, unscribe now. I don't need you. Go ahead, unscribe. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you still watching for? Go unscribe. Go on, unscribe now. Get on, wait me now. I'm going to talk to you like the old folks I know. Go on, wait me now. Go on now. Get on, wait me. Come on. Go on up, wait me. You don't want to hear the truth? I say get on, wait me. Go on outdoors. I mean, go on outdoors. Get on outdoors. Don't you come back in here with that foolishness. Don't you come in here with that foolishness. If you don't want the truth and you want to talk about that was your boy, that was your buddy, that was your friend, no, my buddy and my friend would own up to his error. My buddy and my friend will own up to his error. My buddy and my friend don't have an ego that allows him to misrepresent truth and don't own up to it. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. If you want the truth, you're in the right place. If you're scared of it, you know what I mean? Go on, wait now. Go on, wait now. Now, here we go. Let me pull myself up out of here real quick. I mean, get on up out y'all. Now, here we go. I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay close attention. If the trolls get too bad, moderators, don't block them. Give them a couple chances because they need to learn too not to be manipulated. You know what I mean? They need to learn too. But here we go. First of all, this is what Ali Muhammad says. He says, damn, bro, your whole demise going to come over tea? It's the yeast that possessed you. You see how goofy this is? It's not about tea. Somebody else says, if that's true, both are right. Now, in the matter of the original question, is it healthy? I believe Enqi was expressing because of the origin prior to fermentation. Enqi's wrong. Now, when you look up doctor, there is quite a few different types of doctors. You have a qualified practitioner of medicine, all right? A person who holds a doctorate. You have the verb, change the content or appearance of a document or picture in order to deceive, falsify. And then you have to treat. Which one of the doctors are we dealing with today? A qualified practitioner of medicine, a physician, a person who holds a doctorate, or one who changed the content appearance of a document or picture in order to deceive or falsify or to treat someone medically. Anybody know which doctor are we dealing with today? Anybody know? Huh? Anybody know what doctor are we dealing with today? Because it's different type of doctors now. I mean, because it's different type of doctors now. I'm not beefing with Enqi. There's different type of doctors. Don't say I'm beefing with Enqi. I'm only telling the truth. Now, we're going to get to the facts of this. I want y'all to learn. This is a teachable moment. This is not about, I'm not sensationalizing this. This is a teachable moment that everybody needs to pay attention to. This is what this is. This is a teachable moment that everybody needs to pay attention to. That's all this is. Now, let's get down to it. When I asked Enqi to show me the kombucha plant, I wasn't referring to coming from a plant. I was referring to just like you see these house plants. You follow me? Just like you see these house plants. I wanted to see the kombucha plant because we heard him say,
SG from.
What I'm telling you is that I'm looking at it.
Started from Jamaica. But what I'm saying is that the plant that they make that fermented drink.
You feel me? You feel me? All I wanted him to show me was the kombucha plant. And we could have moved on. You follow me? But he started to filibuster and then tried to accuse me indirectly of not knowing what I was talking about. So now I want to teach you how this manipulation takes place. Now I want to show you this is not about kombucha. This is about manipulation, but we're using the kombucha situation to show how the conscious community manipulates our people. We're using the kombucha situation. All right? So if you can't understand that, that's your problem. That's your problem. No, anybody, listen, somebody say very short sound bites. Anybody that was here know that he tried to verify that. But anyway, let me show you what kombucha is. All right? Let's get it. Kombucha For the uninitiated, kombucha, a slightly sweet, slightly acidic, carbonated beverage made from fermented tea. I'm going to show you where the confusion lies. All right? May not sound like an appetizing beverage, but some enthusiasts support a claim that it's a miracle elixir, reporting that kombucha aids digesting, give relief from arthritis, acts as a laxative, prevents microbial infections, helping combating stress and cancer, and vitalize the physical body. Remember, kombucha, I want to highlight this for you, is made from fermented tea. Remember that the brother said kombu. I want you to, because I'm going to have to break this all the way down to you. A simple Google search for kombucha health benefits reveal more extreme conception about kombucha, that it's spiritually cleansing, come from outer space, is natural. And these are just Google searches. You can do it yourself. A psychic defense against negative energies and protest from evil thoughts. In this article, we will find a little detailed background of kombucha, how kombucha is made, and whether it suggests the health benefits. Stand up to science. Kombucha is made by fermenting sugared tea. We don't see kombu yet. We don't see kelp yet. All right? We don't see kelp yet. With the symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. All right? No, we're going to go to the etymology in a minute, but I'm going to show you how the remix happens. Whoever said look up the etymology. I got you. I got you. But I want you to pay attention that it hasn't mentioned kombu yet. Not one time has it mentioned kombu. This scoby, bacteria and yeast, they call it a scoby. This scoby is also referred to as kombucha mushroom. It's not a real mushroom. It's symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. Say it with me. It's not a real mushroom. It's symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. In short, they call it a scoby. This scoby is also referred to as kombucha mushroom or tea fungus, and is similar to the mother used to make vinegar. Now and again, we don't see, once again, we do not see any kombu yet. Not yet. All right? Now let's go. Although the scoby is commonly called tea fungus or mushroom, it is actually symbiotic growth of acetic, I may be saying it wrong because I'm not a doctor, acid bacteria, osmophilic yeast species in the, that's it, see, I ain't a doctor, zoogliomat biofilm. The living bacteria are said to be probiotic, one of the reasons for the popularity of the drink. So this is the scoby. And I know what the scoby look like. Why? Because I think my wife bought one time. You see what I'm saying? No, I'm going to show you what that is. Don't go nowhere, sarcasm. I'm going to show you. That's a part of the remix. That's a part of the remix, bro, sarcasm. I'm going to show you what I mean by that in a minute. I hope you be around to the end. I got about a couple more slides. So what SCOBY stands for, symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. It's an ingredient used in fermentation and production of kombucha. The appearance of the SCOBY can vary, but it's typically dense, round, rubbery, and opaque, whatever, with a mild vinegar-like smell. You grow a new SCOBY from scratch by combining tea, sugar, and some pre-made kombucha. Did you hear what I said? You grow the SCOBY. We don't hear kombu yet, because kombu is something different, and I'm gonna break it down to you. Oh no, bro, sarcasm. I want to show you something, sarcasm. I got something good for you, brother. I'm showing you how they remix. I know you rock with me. I'm gonna show you how they remix stuff in the conscious community. So, how do you make SCOBY? How do you make SCOBY? Somebody say I'm reading like, yeah, I'm all excited. You're right. I am. I don't know these medical terms, Daro. I really don't. How do you make SCOBY? You grow a new scoby from scratch by combining tea, sugar, and some pre-made kombucha. This is how you make scoby. You can use the homemade kombucha from a friend or store-bought kombucha. They sell it on the internet. But make sure it's raw, unflavored variety. It also helps if you can see one of those little bobby things floating at the top or bottom of the bottle. So how do you make kombucha? You need a scoby. That's number one. It didn't say you need a kombu, and we're going to tell you what kombu is in a minute. We're going to show you what kombu is in a minute. Oh, I'm going to knock that out the box. Look up kombu on Wikipedia. Now, I'm going to take you further than Wikipedia today. So look, there are no probiotics in kombucha, quote unquote. This is what Ali Muhammad says. Probiotics are living organisms like yeast and bacteria that promote life. Pro means for, biotic means life. Probiotic means for life. Kombucha can't be made without a scoby. Again, I want y'all to remember this. Kombucha cannot be made without a scoby. Right there kills the argument, because without a scoby, there is no, say it with me again, kombucha. Without a scoby, there is no, say it again. So kombu is not the ingredient to make kombucha. And I'm going to show you why in the end, that they don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? And how is kombucha relevant again? Because I'm going to show you how the conscious community trick people like you, little milk burp. See, you can't see through the nonsense, and I'm here to show you that, milk burp. You can't see through the nonsense, so I'm going to help you to detect nonsense. And we're using the kombucha topic for little milk burp, so you won't be fooled and buy stupid products from people that don't know what they're talking about. Milk burp. That's what this is about. It's not about the kombucha per se. It's about reading through people nonsense. This is a new day for the conscious community. This is a new day. That's what it's about. So if you think this is about kombucha, you're wrong. Because coming in a second, I'm going to show you how emphatically they didn't know what they was talking about. I'm going to show you emphatically in a minute. Just follow me. Be patient. Which is also known as the mother mushroom or pancake. Scoby means symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. If the bacteria and the yeast in our kombucha wasn't alive, it would be impossible to grow our own scoby. Populating our guts with good yeast and good bacteria promotes life, according to this article. So now, here we go. The word kombu is a loan word. In old Japanese, listen to me, edible seaweed was generally called mi. Say it with me. In old Japanese, edible seaweed was generally called mi. Wakame, arami. And kanji, such as, you got the Japanese letters, were applied to transcribe the word. Especially kombu was called haromi, from haroi, wide, or abyssimi. Sometime later, the names kanfu and kofu appeared respectfully in two editions of Ahira Jirosho in the 12th century AD. And you can look this stuff up. You can look it up. Various theories have been claimed for the origin of the name kombu, with the following two predominant today. Watch this, family. We're going to knock this out the park tonight. We're going to show you how the manipulation happened. Absolutely, I comprehend what I'm reading. You need to stay with me so you can comprehend, America Stall. You need to stay with me so you can comprehend. You need to walk with me. Don't defend nonsense until you see the complete work. You're just seeing a brick by brick by brick. Wait till the building is built and then enjoy the site. Wait till the building is built and then enjoy the structure. Let me work. Get up off me, American Star. Get up off me. Let me work. One is that it originated from the Anyami, Sino-Japanese reading of the Chinese name kombu. The kanji itself already could be seen in Shosan Manje, 8th century, and the Shoko Nihongi in Japan, and furthermore traced back to China. Now remember China. It traced back to China as early as the 3rd century to the book Wupu Benkeo. Liu Shizan wrote the following in his book, and this was 1596. Now watch me. Now watch me. Let me build it. I'm showing you how manipulation acts. Pay attention to this. Remember, you can find this in the book, Benkeo Kengamu, 1596. It says the following: I have never seen such a word, kombu, used in a grocery store in the United States, grocery store in the US and in England, except in Japanese market. Why is this article titled Kombu instead of edible kelp? Pay attention. Here's where it flips, which the good doctor should have known this. Let me rewind this. The guy who wrote this, right? Listen to what he said. I gotta blow it up for you. He says, I have never seen such a word of kombu used in any grocery store in the US and England except Japanese markets. Why is this article titled kombu instead of edible kelp? Western people don't know about how to call it. They just call it seaweed like gem nori. Chinese and Koreans also eat this ingredient a lot. It's not fair for Asians eating the food ingredient. Now, everything we're saying about kombu right now is about eating. It's not about making no tea. It's not about making any tea. And you're going to know why in a second. It's not about making no tea, right? Listen. Japanese, it says, Chinese and Koreans also eat this ingredient a lot. It's not fair for Asians eating the food ingredient to see this article name the Japanese name. I think the article should be moved to edible kelp. It should be moved to edible kelp. You're going to find out where the term kombu come from. Kelp is best known in English-speaking regions under the name kombu. This is going to mean a lot to you in a minute. Listen again. Kelp is best known in English-speaking regions under the name kombu. You're going to know why in a minute. This is a part of the microbiotic health food phenomenon. In other words, they only use the word kombu for kelp for marketing. So one would say that kombucha comes from kombu is a lie. We're going to go back in. We're going to go back in and show you the origin of kombucha. Kombu is the term is only used for marketing. You understand? Kombu in America, it's only used for marketing. In other countries, they don't call it kombu. And so these crazy doctors, they are relating kombu to kombucha and they have no association. Press 1. They are relating kombu to kombucha and they have no association. You don't have to know what I'm talking about. You have to see the manipulation. Are you able to see through the manipulation? Where somebody talks about a thing that they're unqualified to talk about. They talk about a thing as if they qualified to talk about it, and ultimately you build your confidence in, they sell you some nonsense. This is what I'm talking about. This is all about somebody building your confidence by using some big old words, and you don't know what they're talking about. You're not going to take the time to research. So I'm going to do it for you. That kombu and kombucha has no association. I'm going to show you why in a minute. Kelp is best known in English-speaking regions under the name kombu. They give it a fancy name. This part of the microbiotic health food phenomenon, and also explain the terms tofu, ambashi, nori, tamari are similarly well known. That's just the way that these food names entered our language. Somebody going to say, what was the manipulation? The manipulation was to try to prove that kombu and kombucha is the same. I mean, they was trying to prove, and their little minions was trolling to try to prove that kombu and kombucha was the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at this.
So if they did,
hold up. Listen to this. Listen to this uneducated guy. Listen to this uneducated guy. Watch this. Listen to this uneducated guy. 1 second.
Glutamate is taken from kombu as a seaweed and used in, as a chemical-derived extract of kombu in industrial food production.
This man sounds like Damon Wayans from prison. Listen to what he says.
It is taken from kombu as a seaweed and used in...
He's talking about seaweed in comparison to kombucha, which I'm going to prove in a minute has no real association. Watch this.
As a chemical-derived extract of kombu in industrial food production.
And industrial food production. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, silly man? Silly man. You sound like Damon Wayans. Silly man. Beat your mouth quiet. Go sit in the corner and let me teach you. Sit in the corner. Goofball. I'm not
you got
playing.
The MSG. You have the fermentation. You have the farm yeast and bacteria. We've been saying for at least...
How can this person teach you about the health benefits of kombucha and he don't know what he's talking about?
10 years not to take in kombucha.
Kombucha and kombu are two different things, weirdo.
Any of those. There are other seaweeds like kelp, dulse that are healthy.
Then he says, did y'all hear what he just said? There's other seaweeds like kelp.
Other seaweeds like kelp, dulse.
Kombu is kelp, idiot. And I called you an idiot. Kombu is kelp. What are you talking about? Listen to what he says.
That are healthy. Other seaweeds like kelp. There are other seaweeds like kelp, dulse that are...
That's right, I'm calling names. Absolutely. And I mean it respectfully. You don't put my name in your title. He made a whole title to huckabay you wrong. Okay. I ain't fixed yet. The Grand Sheik ain't fixed yet. Now, I ask for forgiveness later like the Christians do. Shout out to my Christian brothers and sisters. You know when we go left, we got to ask for forgiveness. Allah forgive me. I jumped out of bounds that fast. Let me bring it down. Let me get some tea. That's right. Just like my Christian brothers and sisters. That's right. Allah forgive me. I got too excited. I got too excited. You know, now, Allah, you know I get excited. You know I'm real passionate. You know I've been attacked for 2 days about this kombucha. And then they try to make it like I'm crazy about kombucha. I'm under the weather. You know, it ain't going too well with these people today. You know what I mean? So I asked Allah. Allah forgive me. I call him idiot. I said, Allah forgive me. Oh, yeah. But they keep testing me. The guy made a whole video, Allah. He said Tahaka Bay is wrong. Kombucha is a plant. Then he proceeded to give misinformation to the people. Dr. Ali Muhammad, I'm going to have to see. Oh, I was talking to Allah. Can you please put it on his heart to show us his doctorate degree, Allah? And thank you very much. Amen. Let's get back to this work. Let's get back to this work. That's right. And just because I cough, I ain't got the gangster. I got a regular cold. Now, let's get it. Let's get it. I didn't want to do this. This hurts me more than it hurts you. This hurts me more than it hurts you. Trust me, it do. I'm in pain. Now watch this. A common internet story is kombucha, the kombucha mushroom, originated far as back as 2013 BC during the Chinese Qing dynasty. Back then, it was referred to as the tea of immortality, the elixir of life, the god Pesh tea. Another story tells of the Korean doctor in 415 AD called Kombu, who treated a Japanese emperor, Ingo, with a special tea. However, we're going to break it on down. However, this is more likely referred to the kelp and the Japanese preparation of fermented kelp drink, which is confused with kombucha, which is confused. These doctors should know this. They're speaking on it. They should know that kombu is confused with kombucha. I'm going to bring some more and knock this out the park in a minute. They were speaking of kombu seaweed kelp and referencing it as if it was kombucha. I'm going to need you to show me your doctorate. I'm going to need you to show me your doctorate. And all of those that supported this madness, I'm going to need you to come on here and say, my bad, GS, you got this. We can recover now. We can recover. We can recover now. It says the early Japanese history of Kojani record ancient matters. The oldest extant chronicle in Japan does mention a similar envoy from the ancient Korean state of State Silla, who was deeply versed in the medical and cured the emperor's sickness. But his name was not Kombu. It was pronounced Kim or Kimmu in Korean. So now we can see how it could be interchanges with kombu because we're looking at Kimmu. You follow me? I didn't block you, American Star. I want you to stay here and see this. I want you to stay here and cheerlead and see this. Now, in order to make kombucha, you need kombucha culture. Itself can be referred to by the following names, but most commonly referred to as kombucha mushroom. Mother, scoby, kombucha beverage has acquired many names for all over the world, including mushroom tea. And you can go on down. I got all the names here. And just one of the names is what? Kombucha. Scoby. Y'all see that? We normally in America, we call it scoby, mushroom, kombucha mushroom, or kombucha. Somebody, if you order it, you'll just put in kombucha and it'll come up on, what's the name? So now listen, let's get into the ingredients. We're talking about kombucha. Let's get into the ingredients, and I'm going to show you how they remixed it. I'm going to show you how they remixed it and act like they know what they're talking about. Ingredients needed: a scoby starter tea. This refers to the kombucha mushroom, also called a scoby or mother, that you receive along with the liquid bag is submerged in. This is what you, if you wanted to buy it from Amazon or order it from somewhere, you buy the scoby. All right. And this is how you make kombucha, family. You don't make kombucha with kombu. You can try it if you want, but kombu is normally used for food or regular tea, not fermented. Now watch this. Don't toss the liquid. The liquid is the starter tea. Water, 1 quart of water, non-low chlorinated spring and or filtered water preferable. For most ferments, a more mineral-rich water is preferred, but when working with kombucha, it is actually better to use really pure, filtered, low mineral water. Helps it from getting ready for yeasty and off-balance, filtering such as Brita. Either your tap or your store-bought water is ideal. All right? This is talking about how to make. This is talking about how to make. Are we going to talk about that MSG too? We're going to talk about that MSG too. Stand by. We're going to talk about that NSG too. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about that MSG too. 1 second. We're going to get into that. Let's get to this first. So the scoby, white, organic cane sugar, total brown sugar, can be problematic for kombucha. I'm gonna go past that. And then the main ingredient is green or black tea. Say it with me now. Not kombu. The main ingredient is green or black tea. Can y'all say it with me? What is the main ingredient in kombucha? What is the main ingredient? The main ingredient is green or black tea. What does it goes with? It goes with a scoby. And what happens with that? It ferments. And then what you got at the end? Kombucha. They were saying that, oh no, it comes from a kombu plant. The scoby is the bacteria. The greatest mind of all time. That's right. The scoby is the bacteria, brother. Green or black tea. But we're going to talk about, in a minute, we're going to talk about what the kombu is used for. All right? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But this is how these scholars on YouTube fake our people out. They talk so slick and they try to sell some products. And I'm not saying that this is Enqi case, but Enqi should have fessed up that he didn't know. Because clearly he didn't know what he was talking about. Clearly. This will tell you, do not use decaffeinated. Green or black are the default types that should be used to begin with. Let me say it again. Green and black are the default types that should be used to begin with. Green or black are the default types. Not kombu, seaweed. That's a whole That's a whole different concept when we're talking about kombu. And I'm going to break down what kombu is and what it's for and what it has been used for. 1 minute. Just look for a box labeled simply green tea or black tea at your store. All right? We got that? Let's go. Now, this is Japanese kombucha. This is what we want to talk about now. Japanese kombucha, where they're trying to make it the same as kombucha. The good doctor should know this. You actually can buy it with no MSG. Can everybody see that? You actually can buy it with no MSG. Can everybody see that? Please press 1 if everybody can see that, because they claim, oh, it got MSG in it. Oh, it's unhealthy, and they speak all proper, and yeah, and it's unhealthy, and it's the MSG, and the MSG, and the MSG. Well, you can buy Japanese kombucha with no MSG. Dante Turner know what this is. The truth is that most Japanese people don't even know that there's another kombucha that is fermented. I got the link right there. Anybody want to read it? The truth is, most Japanese people don't even know that there's another kombucha that is fermented, lightly effervescent, and sweetened with sugar. Silly doctor. Silly doctor. The truth is, most Japanese people don't even know that there's another kombucha that is fermented, lightly effervescent, and sweetened with sugar. I already explained why they call it kombucha. It's a marketing thing. It came into the lexicon as a marketing ploy, Dio. It came into the lexicon as a marketing ploy. That's why. The kombucha that has been a long-time favorite in Japan is not sweet at all. No, it does not naturally come. No. Does it naturally comes with no MSG? No. The MSG have to be extracted from it. But listen, the kombucha that has been long favorite in Japan is not sweet at all, but lightly salted and packed with umami ingredients from the seaweed kombu that is often used in Japanese cuisine to make soup, stock, and dashi. These are 2 different things that we're talking about. The kombu that the Japanese drink and the kombucha that we're talking about are 2 different things. So one say, why would you call it kombu? Because it was marketing. In their countries, they got a name for it. They only twist the name so it can sound appealing to stupid Westerners. Sorry, I got to say it like that. Sorry, I got to say it like that. Pardon my Moorish. I got to say it like that. Calling the kelp seaweed kombucha because it's not even cha. Cha means tea. It's marketing. The good doctor should know that. The good doctor should know that. This is the back. I can't read Japanese, but I translated it specifically according to the ingredients on the label in the back of the package. The base powder of kombucha or kombu tea consists of salt, sugar, powdered kombu, starch, and seasonings, including amino acids. Now stop for a minute. Is that the same ingredient that we went over that's in the kombucha that we're talking about? Is that the same ingredients? We're talking about 2 things that sound alike but are totally different. And they want to teach you They want to teach you that kombu and kombucha is one and the same. They want to teach you and then sell you products. And then sell you products that kombu, and they're going to argue with me. And they're going to argue with me. Argue me down. That kombu derives from kombucha. The base powder of kombucha, we're talking about the Japanese tea, or kombu tea, consists of, say it with me now, sugar, salt, powdered kombu, and you see they got edible kelp because they call it, they got a Japanese name for it. It's called mi. They don't call it kombu. They only call it kombu to sell it to Americans and Westerners. Only way Enqi come on here, he got to recant. Now here we go. The powder is edible kelp. It's seaweed. The powder is seaweed. And if they, and you can remove the MSG out of it. They was talking about the MFG, but I'm not even tripping off the help components right now. Now, here we go. Here we go. This is, unlike kombucha, also known as tea mushroom or tea fungus, that is consumed in countries other than Japan. Japanese kombucha, literally kombu tea, is seaweed tea made from powdered kombu or seaweed kelp. Here we go. Here we go. This destroys it. You see it again? Unlike the kombucha, also known as tea mushroom or tea fungus, that is consumed in countries other than Japan. Japanese kombucha, family, say it with me, we're talking about two different things. This is what I'm talking to you. That's what Enqi was referring to. He was referring to kelp tea, but he was making an association with kombucha. There he was wrong. You are absolutely right. Enqi was referring to kombu kelp tea, but he was making association with kombucha, which is two different things, and he was absolutely wrong, emphatically, and he proceeded to try to teach. He proceeded to teach. He proceeded to teach. Let me say what Enqi says. He said, this destroys it, bro. You're literally repeating what I told you. This is goofy. No, you associated this with kombucha. They are two different things. They are two different things. The kombucha that we drink is not this, brother. So you cannot give an assessment on something that you don't know about. You cannot assess something that you don't know about. You're assessing the kombucha seaweed when that ain't even the topic. And has no association. Let me go further. And you still in here talking. You should just let it go. Let me work. Now, kombucha is not a plant. Kombucha is a result of scoby and black or green tea fermentation. Did y'all hear me? I'm going to open the floor in a minute. Y'all hear me? Kombucha is not a plant. Kombucha is the result of scoby and black or green tea fermentation. It's not the same as Enqi was trying to make the association. Just chalk it up. It's not this. Now, if you wanted to buy a scoby kombucha, just go to any store Just go to any store online and you can buy scoby kombucha and you can see that it's very different. You can see that it's very different. Now, let me do one more thing for you. And we're gonna get busy. Let me do one more thing for you. To put the nail in the coffin on this demonstration, you know what I mean? Yeah, nobody cares about kombucha now. Look, Enqi said, who cares about kombucha? Nobody cares about kombucha now. What I am illustrating is how not only you, but even Ali Muhammad will speak on things that you're unqualified to speak on. I'm a researcher. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scholar. And nor am I the sharpest knife in the drawer when it comes to education. But I'm a researcher with common sense, and I can put the puzzle together for the people. I can put the puzzle together for the people. And I'm telling the people that you were ill-qualified to speak on this topic. You was ill-qualified because those are two different things. He gonna speak. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all want to hear filibustering? Huh? Y'all want to hear filibustering? Now let me finish up, because I got one more thing that I want to show that's going to knock it out the park. One more thing I want to show before I knock it out the park. Y'all see this? This is an article. Japanese kombucha, nothing like American kombucha. It's a tale of two kombuchas. As Mr. Sato tried canned kombucha imported from the US, that startled his taste buds and blows his mind. Recently, our Japanese reporter, Mr. Soto, took shelter from cold weather by ducking into a food section of a swanky Isetan department store in Tokyo. I don't know what that say neighborhood. Eventually, he figured he should buy something to justify all the loitering he was doing. And he looked over the drink shelves. His eyes landed on a snazzy-looking can. Mr. Soto command of English language is less than perfect. But it clearly said kombucha. Let me blow it up for you. I can put the link here for you if you need to. But it clearly said, hold up, let me make sure we get this right. I want to make sure everybody see this. See what the Japanese guys say. I mean, I'm ignoring you right now, Enqi. I'm working. I don't come to your job. I'm teaching the people right now. I'm doing what you failed to do. Mr. Sato, command of the English language is less than perfect, but the can clearly said kombucha. And since he's a big fan of the Japanese tea called kombucha, he figured this would be a tasty way to wet his whistle. But this wasn't just any old kombucha, as the canned beverage was imported from the US, Oregon to be precise, and flavored with lemon. Being the enthusiastic internationalist as he is, though, Mr. Sato wasn't intimidated, and so he paid for a can of Oregon Roots brand kombucha and took back to the Sora News 24 headquarters. As soon as he popped the top, though, he got another surprise, as the drink was carbonated, a big departure from the way kombucha is served in Japan. Look at his face. Is that? Because this American kombucha didn't taste anything like the kombucha Mr. Sato has been drinking for decades in Japan. What I'm saying is that these good doctors was mixing up two different things that have no relation. The American kombucha did not taste bad, mind you. It just had a flavor profile that was completely alien. I'm gonna say it again. Completely alien. Y'all hear what I say? Completely alien. In other words, while y'all associating Japanese kombucha to the kombucha that we drink, you a liar. Now take it back. Take your punch back. You're not chill. I take it back. Take your punch back. The kombucha you're talking about has nothing to do with the kombucha that we drink. Has nothing to do with the kombucha that we drink. You're studying kombucha that has no association with what we're talking about. You know what I mean? No, hey, listen, family, this was for, let me tell you, we already knew you were correct with the kombucha stuff. We already knew Enqi ain't a real doctor. We just like y'all chemistry on the show. I love our chemistry too, brother, but his trolls was attacking me. And not only was his trolls attacking me, his former partner in crime began attacking me, Ali Muhammad. So I was compelled to do this. I was compelled to do this to teach the people. I'm compelled to teach the people to show how manipulation can set in very easily. I'm very compelled. This has nothing to do with Enqi. This is how misinformation creeps in, and somebody can tell you some bull crap. So here we go. I might let him in. Let me finish my demonstration. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to finish this demonstration. Let me finish reading my demonstration. So Mr. Sato turned the can to the backside where the importer had placed the translation sticker detailing the drink, and he was shocked to discover the American kombucha has absolutely no kombu in it. If everybody can type and everybody can text, the American kombucha has no kombu in it. So all of the health stuff that they talking about, kombu, you must disregard it. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. This is the point that I'm telling you. This ain't about kombucha. This is about people misrepresenting information and standing on it even when they're wrong. This is what this is about. Let me, hold up. I'm going to get a kombucha. I'm going to do something that never been done before. I'm going to do something that never been done before. I'm going to give you the ingredients in real time. You follow what I'm saying? Let me take a picture of the ingredients in kombucha, which we should have just did in the first place. There is no kombu in kombucha. Let me make sure. I don't want them to catch me hanging out there. All right. Let me make sure. Pardon my Moorish. Now, man, Enqi gonna get back together, but he gonna have to act right. He gonna have to act right. And he can't play with the good grand sheik. See, I'm a Moorish American, man. Look. I'm not beating a dead horse. I'm actually feeding a dead horse and bringing it back to life. Somebody say he's beating a dead horse. In fact, I'm feeding a dead horse so I can resurrect it. I want people to be aware that people telling them stuff may not be accurate, though it sounds correct. What I'm telling you is that kombu and kombucha can be confused, and somebody can lie to you quick, fast, in a hurry, and they don't know what they're talking about. Listen to Ali Muhammad.
Healthy. If you want to drink tea, you can get it from real herbs that are healthy, that are not fermented. As a chemical derived extract of kombu in industrial food production.
He don't know what he's talking about. He don't know what he's talking about. He don't know what he's talking about.
So you got the MSG, you have the fermentation.
Now, he said there's no kombu in it. It means it's fake. That's not true. You got to remember that kombu is a marketing name. Kombu. Enqi wasn't here in the beginning. Do we know why it's called kombu? Somebody type in the chat why it's called kombu. Why is the seaweed called kombu? We already covered it, Enqi. We already covered it, Enqi. It's only called kombu for marketing purposes, Enqi. You see what I'm saying? He will not concede. If it don't have kombu in it, it's fake. It's only called kombu. The Japanese name is me. Let me go back to this former slide. I'm not going to mess with you. I'm not going to mess with you. I'm not going to mess with you, Enqi. If you want to stay stuck right there, go ahead. I just want the people to see that this is nonsense. That's what I want to do. So let me throw this back up here. Let me throw this back up here and let's get it done. So again, he said that if it don't have kombu, it's fake. Let's see what the Japanese person say. So Mr. Sato turned the can around the backside where the importer had placed the translation sticker detailed on the drink and was shocked to discover that the American kombucha has absolutely no kombu in it. But how is this possible? The Japanese tea called kombucha gets its name because it's a tea, cha in Japanese, that's made with kombu, machika, mugika, whatever. Barley tea is made of mugi, barley. Jimicha is made with jimna, brown rice. So how can a company sell something called kombucha without a trace of kombu in it? Then Mr. Sato dug deeper and had tatters of his already blown mind exploded once again when he found out that the American kombucha never contains kombu, because American kombucha and Japanese kombucha are entirely different kinds of drink. That was my point. My point is that you were speaking on this. My point is that you were speaking on this kombucha and you were unqualified to speak on it. That's my point. So you can call this fake kombucha because it don't have kombu in it. You can call it what you want, but you were speaking on something you was unqualified to speak on. And then you proceeded to stand on it. That's the problem. That's the problem. The problem is not you made an error. The problem is that you stood on your error and you associated Japanese kombu with kombucha, and you're totally wrong. And then you're going to try to give health advice. You and your co-defendant. You and your co-defendant, Ali Muhammad, going to give advice on something that has no association. That has no association. Listen to Ali. Listen. We're going to have a taste of kombucha.
Would have been his kombu. Kombu is a seaweed. It's a kelp. It grows in the ocean. And the cha is from their language, Japanese, I believe, and it means tea. So it's tea from kombu, a seaweed.
So what they did was they studied the wrong kombu. They studied the wrong kombu and then proceeded to teach it that it's bad for you. Y'all hear what I just said? They studied the wrong kombu and then proceeded to teach you that it's bad for you. Did y'all hear what I said? They studied the wrong kombu. Then had a nerve to try to teach that it's bad for you. And then stand on it. Somebody said, name the ingredients. Absolutely. Let's name the ingredients. Let's get it. See, this is the problem. Get it real quick. So listen, on the back of, in real time, on the back of my kombucha, I'm going to do something that hasn't been done in real time. I'm going to show you. This is all about manipulation and misinformation, family. This is not about Enqi per se. You see what I'm saying? This is not about Enqi per se. This has nothing to do with Enqi per se. It has people in our community dispensing bad information, and they don't have the integrity to say it was wrong, and then they proceed to make that wrong right. Let me show you. This is what's in kombucha. GTS kombucha culture. That's the scoby. Black tea, green tea, kiwi juice, mango puree, and 100% pure love. Kombucha is fermented tea that has a naturally occurring alcohol. Do not consume if you're avoiding alcohol due to pregnancy, allergies, and da-da-da. And I think it has like less than 5%, or it's real low concentration of alcohol, but whatever the case may be, kombucha culture. So listen, again, this is not about Enqi. This is not about Enqi. This is about people who are giving information, and then you had the people trolling me and saying, no, you and Enqi are right. No, me and Enqi are not right. No, we are not right. I got stuck on kombucha because it was misinformation. It's about, as my brother said, it's about principle. Would you let, if you went into a doctor's office, and if you went into a doctor's office and you said, doctor, my heart hurts, and the doctor say, lay down and start to pull out a knife, are you going to lay there, or are you going to say, hold up, aren't you going to put a stethoscope on me first? If you go to a doctor and he says, you say, my heart feel bad. He said, lay down, and he pull out a knife. You're going to say, hold up. So my point is, if I say, is any health benefits in this? And he says no. And then he proceeds to explain what kombucha is, and then he misrepresents what kombucha is. You can't give me advice. You can't give me advice. You can't give me health advice for kombucha or anything if you don't even know what it is. That's the point. That's the point. The point is not petty kombucha. The point is that it's misinformation. And this is how our people get played. You know what I'm saying? This is how our people get played. And then for someone to come back so arrogantly could say, well, it's not kombucha because there ain't no kombu in it. The Japanese man didn't even say it wasn't kombucha. He just said it's not like ours. But the American guy, Enqi, the doctor, says it's not even kombucha then because there's no kombu in it. The Japanese guy didn't even say that. But little do anybody know that this sort of kombucha started in China. Way before there was some kombucha in Japan. So it just was a teaching moment. You know what I mean? I'm going to open the floor up. Yeah, and the original question was it healthy? So he's unqualified to answer that question because he's not talking about the same thing. That's the question, the city's motor. He's not qualified to answer what is if it's healthy or not, because he's talking about something totally different. And even Ali Muhammad, he's not qualified at this point to talk about this kombucha because he's talking about something totally different. That's the point. How can you answer me correctly if you don't know what you're talking about? That's the whole point. That's the whole point. And somebody say, let him explain. Well, I was going to let him explain, and once he showed me the kombucha tree or the kombucha plant. See?
From is the source of where they began extracting MSG from.
What I'm telling
That's like what they started from Jamaica. But what I'm saying is that the plant that they make that fermented drink from.
He was standing on it, family. He was standing on it. He was standing on it. He was standing on it and proceeded to teach. And I don't like kimchi. Good goodness gracious, sad as ever. He was standing on it and proceeded to teach. That's the issue. That's the issue. And Moorish World TV is not tripping. The Moorish World TV is not built on standing on fallacies. That's not what we do here. You know what I'm saying? I'll put the link in here. I'm gonna be around for about 30 more minutes. I'm glad I got it out. I'm glad I got it off my chest because these people been trolling me, family. No, no. He said no because, but listen, the Motor Cities, he said no because of the MSG. Yes, but he's talking about the MSG and kombu. He knows nothing about kombucha that I'm drinking. He's talking about the MSG and kombu. That's different. But I'm telling you, he's talking about the MSG in this. He's unqualified to talk about MSG anywhere else. He's talking about the MSG in this. Or in this. He's talking about the MSG in this. But he's not qualified to talk about anything else. Because he's wrong from the break. Peace and love, family. You in here?
What's going on?
What's up with you, my brother? What's going on with you?
I'm good, man. This whole situation is just crazy, man. I've been watching you guys for a minute.
It's all
Listen,
good. Go ahead, brother. My apology.
Listen, Enqi is just totally wrong, man.
Thank you.
All he had to do was just accept the fact that he made a mistake instead of going on and back and forth trying to qualify and dance around the issue. And that's the issue. Because if he's not going to be honest with something as trivial and as small as
Come
this,
on, man.
what about the bigger things? And
Thank
these are doctors. These are the ones that are teaching our people.
Thank you, David.
These are the ones that are exactly. All he had, and you handled it perfectly. You just said, listen, bro, we are here about to talk about milk. Give me a short answer. You don't have to be long-winded. He's going on and forth, talking about Jamaica, talking about packs, talking about this, talking about that.
You feel me? That's what took it to another level, brother. And everybody seen me get all gassed up and all pumped up. I only got pumped up because of that what they call it. We're on call it gish gab.
You had every reason to. You were very patient, but you didn't want the foolishness. And the thing about it is, you were just like, you know what, brother? Let's just move on. We have a presentation on milk. Forget about it. Let's just move on. He's like, nah. I gotta explain this. I gotta do this. I have to do that. And just sticking on that one issue. But it's okay to make a mistake. It's just like the example you gave the other night. You say you work on houses, but you don't know every single thing about house building.
Come on, man. I'll be crazy to try to portray myself as an expert on every corner of building a house.
Exactly. Just because you're a doctor, that doesn't necessarily mean you know every single thing. And that's the problem that we have in our community, is that we have to be able to edify each other. That's when, if I make a mistake, I have to be able to be open enough to take constructive criticism. in order for me to grow, in order for me to learn. But if I feel like I'm right all the time, then how can we ever move forward?
And one of the things that bother me is that when you go and watch the old polite videos, which me and Enqi was going over, I'm looking at pseudoism and I'm like, man, I was falling for that. And then it drops right in my lap right here.
Exactly.
Oh, man. And not to mention, you know, me and Enqi do make a good team. Let's not confuse that. But one of the things that I did notice is that doing long stories for a short answer sometimes is unnecessary.
Listen, the two of you are great, but you made an excellent point. It's not just about the entertainment. Look at how long our community has been entertained all these years through the House of Consciousness, but it's been a bunch of nonsense. It's about standing on the truth. Yes, it's good to be entertained, but we have to have balance. If it's all about entertainment or it's all about giving misinformation, then how does it really help our people?
Exactly. But bro, I appreciate you, my brother, because you echo my sentiments because people was on me. They was like, oh, he going crazy over kombucha. He going crazy over kombucha. I'm not.
Nah, it's not the kombucha. It's the principle, man. They make it seem like you're the one that's tripping. You brought the look at this demonstration that you brought on tonight. You brought the facts, you brought the information, and you explicitly said it's not necessarily about Enqi or Dr. Muhammad. It's about the truth. But they're not gonna just put everything on you like you're the one that's tripping.
Yeah, and the thing is that the whole thing in a nutshell is you're speaking about a kombu that has no association with kombucha.
Exactly.
You don't know the history behind each. You don't know the history behind either. You don't know the composition of either. Only thing you know about you done studied enough to know that it got some MSG in it. And you thinking that you're making a effervescent or a drink like we drink here with the synergy thing, but in fact, it's just the tea.
Exactly. And you wanted to move on from that. You was like, Enqi, you know what? Just take this L. Let's move on. We got a presentation on milk. He's like, no, let me explain. No, let me explain. It's just like, it's not a big deal. But I mean, you've done well. And what you're doing, like I said, everybody's talking about, well, you got to let him explain. You was cutting him off. You gave him ample opportunities to explain himself.
And let me say this to really try to highlight why I was cutting him off. Because I actually seen the BS coming.
Exactly.
Because if you tell me that it's a tree, I mean, you tell me that
it's a plant,
and you say it 3 times over, I'm saying, why do I have to hear anymore? Let me find out about this plant that I never heard about.
And you wanted to move on. You just like, you know what, Enqi, just drop it. Take the loss. Let's move on. But he wanted to stick to the same, to try to explain himself. But it's okay to be wrong. Not everyone is a doctor or a master at everything.
Exactly. And you know what? We could build better if we
edify each other.
Yeah, if we could build better if we as a brothers and sisters would say, well, hold up. Because we know when we're wrong. That's not
exactly. Yeah.
We already know. We know when we're wrong. If we was to say, well, you know what? Hold up. Let's just scrap this. I'm gonna go back and check my notes and let's get on with this demonstration. And boom, get back to
we go from there. Instead of wasting 50 minutes talking about kombucha.
Are we considering this guy a teacher?
He's a doctor. They qualify him as a doctor.
He says he's a doctor.
Is he a doctor?
We don't know.
So that's why I put this
on. He confused kombucha with kombu.
Yeah, and those are 2 different things.
Totally different.
And because it sounded like, and they have association by word sound, he's applying the health benefits or health non-benefits.
No, there's no health. Listen, they're different.
Totally.
There's no health benefits.
But I mean, to him, he was trying to explain them, though.
What was he trying to explain? I need to listen to this.
You have to see this. You have to see the other video.
Yeah, but
you have to see the other video.
The only thing I asked him is
it healthy? What are the health benefits?
And he proceeded to break down that it's a plant and this is how you get it and da-da-da-da-da.
None of these things are plants. Exactly. None of them.
Even if the kombucha that we drink derives from the kombu, that's still not a plant.
It
in and of
doesn't
itself.
though.
It's not a plant
Listen,
in and of
bro.
itself.
Listen, you can spit in water and add sugar to it and make kombucha.
I just had to get this out, man. They was trolling me on all my social media. Enqi made you look crazy.
But what is it that they're not seeing though? I
Man,
think it's just a bias. I think it's really a
That's what
bias.
I'm saying. That's what I'm
We
saying.
have cult followings. We have cult followings. That's what it is.
That is exactly what you said. And you said, listen, you're not trying to be another Sarnetta.
No,
You're not trying to, you know what I mean? You're not trying to like, because if you allow the same exact thing, what differentiates your platform from his?
Man.
If you allow the same thing. I'm actually glad you was tough on him, because that's what we need in our communities. You need to be chastised. You need to be rebuked. Listen, if you was wrong, you was wrong.
But he doesn't need to be attacked.
Steel sharpens
This brother
steel.
doesn't need to be attacked.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And let me get a few more people in here. But I appreciate you, brother, because David, man, you echoed the same thing that I was thinking while people was going crazy, all in the background, all on my social media. I'm like, man, I gave him ample amount of time to explain what he was talking about. And he refused
foolishness.
to do it. He wanted
he was even in the chat still trying to defend himself.
Yeah, and now that's arrogance on some upper level.
He's not a doctor.
You have to exhibit a level of humility. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
I appreciate you, David. Let me get a few more people in, David. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, brother.
All right. Let me get. The God Killer then chimed in. Let me see what else we got here. Hold up. Who else we got? Brother. What's that? Wild Funk. Where you calling from?
Australia.
So you do you drink kombucha?
I do.
So you know the difference of it, huh? You know the difference.
I'm in Asia. I know the difference.
Man, what do you have to say about this conversation? Before I think a couple more people trying to get into. But hit me up real quick. What you think, brother?
Talking about me?
No, brother. I'm gonna get you next. Brother, I think it's Wild Funk. What do you think about? Can you give me a summation of this whole conversation? Because people think it's about kombucha.
Okay, kombu are fish flakes. That's what they are. Kombucha is a culture. Like I said, you can spit in water and add sugar and make kombucha. Fermentation doesn't mean alcohol.
Right.
Just say.
Brother say fermentation don't mean alcohol. But I appreciate you, my brother.
Kombucha is not alcoholic, is it?
I think the concentration is so low that it can't even be considered that. If that's what people, when people see, even vinegar can be considered alcohol.
There you go.
From a scientific perspective. But when we're talking about alcohol, no. You understand what I'm saying? Even vinegar is, from a scientific perspective, vinegar is alcohol. It is what it is. And when you look up the kombucha, what I've been looking up the last few days, that it says you take the vinegar, and that's what they call it.
I'm kind of a bit worried about the fact that you were drinking this shit and you didn't actually know what you were drinking.
And that's what when we had the conversation, I said to him, I don't know much about it, but I want to ask you, what are the health benefits? But I did.
So that's why he gave you that flim flam, though.
Yeah, but I did know the basics, though. I did know that it was tea, because my wife actually bought
what you knew was that it's good for your digestive system. That's what you knew, right? Man, that's why you were drinking the shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I feel as though it made an impact on my digestive system as well as my vitality and everything. I feel as though it did.
Brother, you were absolutely right. That's what kombucha actually does.
I mean, and my wife will tell you that, you know what I mean? I've been drinking it for about a year. And I'm telling you, it really, before, I could tell you I could be sluggish in the evening. You know what I'm saying? I grab me a kombucha. And it's natural. It ain't nothing harmful that I see in it. I mean, maybe the sugar content, maybe.
Yo, bro, it's nothing special. It just helps your digestive system. That's its function.
Right. Well, we got the God killer in here, brother. I appreciate you, brother. Stay on deck, brother. I would love for you to call in for other subjects. And if I'm wrong, brother, brother folk, please make no hesitation to correct me. I don't mind correction if I'm
Brother,
wrong.
I'm just glad the other brother's on here. Ankh, go ahead.
Indeed.
How you doing? No, I tell you what, me and the pseudo killers, man. Thank you for bringing me in, man. Shout out to your chat, man, intelligent chat, man. I just never thought I would see the day where you would actually do what you're doing. I would have to say in this moment, man, you like a pseudo killer. So the conversation ain't even about the kombucha. It's not about that. It's about having an intelligent conversation without name calling each other, talking crazy, and just answer questions. And if you don't know the answer, say, I don't know. You know, like we're in an age right now where we're tired of everybody acting like they doctors and they're not. We're tired of that. We're tired of you acting like you're a scientist and you're not. We're tired of that. So just say who you are, say you study, and what you know, and send us to the experts. Like my whole career been based off of this moment right here, bro.
That's what I'm saying, Ankh. This guy loves health. Say who he needs to say who he is. That's all he needs to do.
Let me finish my point. It's not about bashing nobody at this point, man. The people is tired of that. They want to learn. You got the young pharaoh about to fall out somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's how they said the chickens is coming to roost, man. You know, they say everybody been exposed. Okay. But guess what, man? Look who's shining. Those who are dedicated to the study, right? And that's why I teach scientific literacy, so that we can be able to do what you just did. Like, man, if you don't know what it is, just say, hey, I don't know. We do it all the time on my channel. If a person come on, they get me, yo, you got me. Because guess what? With a scientific mind, in the moment when you realize you was wrong, that's when you actually learn. Our community been based off of the got you moment. You know, we've been based off of people claiming to hate white people. Watch this. And hate the doctors and the real teachers and say, I don't deal with none of them.
But they go to school.
You still use those titles. Why use the titles at all? We use the titles because it has a level of clarity to it that people who study for years would know more about the subject matter, right? But people want to play the game, so it kind of fell into that. And I appreciate the way you did that. Like if I would have had the button the other night, right? I would have did the same thing. Just answer the question. Answer the question. So the technique you used, man, was a great technique. And I surmise you need to do that with everybody, including me. Answer the question, Unc. I'm going to answer the question. I can't hear you.
What's with the flim flam? I don't get that. I don't get it.
Let me say this. I wouldn't even browbeat everybody as we having conversations on this channel. That ain't what I'm here for. But if you and I, Unc, are having a conversation and you say something and I'm like, I know that's misinformation, I'm going to stop and say, hold up. Unc, you got to verify this so we can move forward.
And thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that.
Before we can move forward, because you can't teach me nothing if this part of the information is wrong. You can't. There's no way you can teach me about kombucha if you tell me that kombucha is a plant.
And you killed the stream. I like that.
There's no way
because he was talking shit.
So now you see how I feel now, right?
And Ali Muhammad did the same thing. He went live. He made a 20-minute video talking about kombu and trying to associate it with kombucha.
Hey, babe. So I'm just trying to let you know, right? They have been my intellectual enemies from day one. Let the record show. From day one, I've said they've been doing it.
And I didn't ever know that.
You know, from day one, they've been doing me like this for the last 8 years, bro. For the last 8 years, Ali Muhammad, he will show a non-real degree live, right? Trying to get me, trying to throw me,
but make a mistake and show a misspelled degree. They all do it, bro. The community is flooded with that. My whole platform was dedicated to try to do this one moment right here. This one where it's so clear that there's no debating about the situation, that you're just wrong. We need to learn how to say when we wrong, we wrong. Is it okay to be wrong? Is it okay to learn something? Why you got to be the master of everything? I mean, why is that even making sense? It never made sense. So that's why we use scientific literacy, so we can separate the real from the frauds.
And you live and you learn. You live and learn.
Pseudo-isms. It ain't hard. But guess what, babe? Now what you did was you've opened Pandora box. Now, how far will you go with that? See, how far will you? I'm just saying, strictly on critiquing information. How far?
Yeah, my thing is, I don't want to browbeat everybody, because I think everybody should have the freedom to not fear somebody trying to browbeat them and have time to explain.
Absolutely not.
Some things need to be checked at the door. You know what I mean? Like if we having a conversation, right? If we're having a conversation, like
you check these niggas, you check them.
Yeah, I'm having a conversation, right? And somebody in the chat saying like, well, Unc said the same thing. And I stopped and I said, hold up. You just said, no, not Unc. Enqi is saying the same thing that you're saying. Enqi said, I'm saying, hold up. No, he's not. Let me take one brick so I can finish building a house so you can see the complete thing. So sometimes we got to allow people to talk so we can see the complete thing. But in the middle of the conversation, when you say something that's terribly erroneous, no, there's no need to go forth and building that. That's going to fall anyway.
Can I say something?
Not.
That was very well articulated, brother. And that. The other night I told Bay, I said these guys are enemies. Like the conversation between you and Enqi came up, and I said these guys are enemies. You know what's going to happen when they get in the room together. It's going to happen. They're going to go back and forth because it's going to be hard to stick to the subject, because lines are going to get crossed because you have enemies in close proximity. And just one other thing. Actually, can you tell me the name of the kombucha you were drinking? Because that looked good with the kiwi and the mango.
Mystic mango, but the citrus one is my best. It tastes it's just orange juice. That's made with the scoby. But Mystic mango, my favorite is the citrus though. Especially if you you know how vitamin C and all of that, the properties of vitamin C is good for. Yeah, I see.
Oh, my man got it.
Yeah, and he probably got the ginger ale.
And he's teaching people that kombu is the same thing.
Say it again.
Kombucha gate.
That's right.
Kombu is different.
Right, totally different.
And one more thing. After tonight, after your demonstration, I need you to put the scimitar down, brother.
Okay, it's done.
I need you to put the scimitar down after that and get back to business.
But if it come for me, I can't. I got.
Oh no. Listen, I understand. Destroy your enemies completely if it comes to it. But tonight,
because the arrogancy of a guy like Ali Muhammad, he will come back and make a rebuttal video and try to make it make sense. And if he does, I'm gonna just leave that goofy stuff alone, because there's no way.
Can I ask a question? Are these people teachers?
That's what they claim to be, and that's the point, though.
That's my point.
That's the point.
Wait. We're gonna sit up here and act like I ain't been saying this shit for 8 years. I'm almost getting hot mad at this point.
Don't do it.
When was you ever gonna say, you know what? I might not like but damn, he been saying about all of them for the last 10 years. Listen, man, ain't nowhere in the world we're gonna sit up here tonight and act like y'all can hate me, y'all can hate because I practice science and scientific literacy. Y'all can hate because I promote the health of my community using
these guys have followers.
But what y'all need to realize is I've been saying this forever. Like,
you know what I thought though? I always thought that, and this is real. I always thought it was about the truth. I never thought that it was about you gonna be my buddy and I'm gonna protect you and back you even if you throw something crazy out there. No. Me and you went at it before,
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And me and others went at it before about certain topics. But that's why I always say debate don't mean hate. But the way I'm so passionate, you may think I dislike somebody. I don't dislike Enqi at all. I have no beef with Enqi whatsoever. My problem is that these are the things that has put us to this point. Can you imagine if somebody would have checked polite 10 years ago?
We did.
Who
Oh,
thought
come on,
polite
though.
was a
No, what
fucking
I
teacher?
mean
Hey,
is,
Who thought he
what I
was a
mean
teacher
is,
though?
listen what I'm saying, oh. I'm not saying, I'm talking about check polite to the point where it didn't get to where we're at. Not
No,
saying
hold
nobody
on,
checked them.
babe. All
I'm
right,
talking
let's
about
do
check them to stop them.
Hold on. I think you ushered in a new era. Okay? So watch what I'm about to say. My nigga, I said it about Young Sparrow. I said about all of them. I checked them at the door.
Why are these people
The
supposed
record is
teachers?
very,
Why are
very
they
clear,
teachers?
babe. The record is clear, babe. It's clear at the door. And guess what y'all did? Y'all looked at me and threw tomatoes and fucking mushrooms.
Why are these people supposed teachers? Why are they
And
teachers?
listen, I always thought it was about the truth at the end of the day. Let me get my brother in over here real quick. Anybody else want to come in? I'm saying it right, brother. Mumea?
Yeah, King. Can I come in for a second?
Yes, sir, brother.
Mumar. Y'all say,
Oh, Mumar,
what's
my
up,
apologies.
brother? I've been on there alone for a minute, you know, yeah. First of all, man, I want to thank y'all, you know, as far as the Morris, man. You know, some years ago, I had a cousin got killed off in St. Louis by the police, and y'all stood up for him, Ball Bay, and y'all stood up for him. You know, I'm an Israelite.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm an Israelite to heart. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I contacted you a few days ago to let you know everything about me because I don't want nobody to think I'm no agent in that. And let me say this to you, can you lift your head up for a second so I know you can hear me?
I'm right here, brother.
Nah, man, you know, one thing is I've been on y'all, you know, I've been on y'all for years as a House of Conscience. I've been on y'all the same way to Haka, baby, on y'all, you know, because y'all have some real information to put out. But when you put it out in a certain way, people don't have no respect for that. And the one thing that I gained respect for you the other night is when you was talking about your time in the military and how if we as Black people don't go into the military, then we set ourselves up for failure. If we don't join, you know, not to say join them, but if we don't go off and then we don't know what our enemy is doing. I think Sun Tzu said that best. Now, I say that, you know, because it's a lot of, you know, sometimes y'all use words, right? And you don't need to utilize those words to show your intellect.
Like what?
I had a lot of stuff to talk about. You know, I ain't wrote nothing down, you know what I'm saying? Because this is my first time.
Help me out, brother. Help me out, brother.
I want to say,
help me out.
Go ahead.
No, I don't even use big words. Matter of fact, I stumble over words at times. So I'm trying to tell you, imagine me having 1,000 moments, right? Like Bay had consistently. Imagine the frustration you would have without that button that Bay had the other night. That's how it's been for me. If y'all just slow the tape down and get away from the fact that I don't believe in God and listen to what I'm really saying and stop worrying about white people, Black people, and just focus on what is it that we're saying here. Like he wasn't beating them up for the fact that it was, he was beating them up for not getting straight to the damn point. Show the daggone flower if it's that. He don't need to teach a moment around the fact that
I drink the same drink that he drank.
But that's I'm just trying to say, listen, man.
For a second.
I don't know how I put out stuff, right? Listen, let me say this. I don't know how I be putting out stuff, but I be surrounded by 1,000 moments like he had. Like, man, I'm just trying to learn something on why the hell Bay right now. Bay, what the hell you been listening to, dog? Like, you cannot say, I have not been saying consistently, this is not the level we need to be at. That moment you bought the other day is the level we need. Do you really think I want to get on your platform, man, and start talking about dope and crack and teeth? No, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I simply wanted to have a simple conversation about vaccines and infections and what is the alternative to it. I didn't want to do all that, but guess what? The other party knew if I could just keep prodding, keep ignoring the conversation, keep playing the game and muddy the whole thing up, then nobody really know what was what. Dude, they've been doing me like this for 10 years. But go ahead, bro. I'm saying y'all need to start rewinding some tape around here. But go ahead, bro.
Okay, now let me talk something to you. Do you ever? I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm just asking. You know, this is straight from me. Do y'all ever go back and watch the videos that y'all do? I'm asking you. You know, do you ever go back and watch the videos that you did on Sonetta and stuff like that?
Yeah, I get cut the fuck off.
Yeah, I got you, King. But I just wanted to say this.
Yeah, help me out. I'm listening.
No, what I'm asking you is because I watched your video the other day with Tasha K. I watched that video the other day, and she was asking you a question. I'm like, I know he's not going to answer it like that. Now, you know, you might need to go back and watch that video again because she kept talking to you, but you wasn't answering her questions, and then you wasn't taking in what she was saying to you. One thing I'm telling you, brother, if you serious about changing over from the House of Consciousness, bro, do that, you know, because we're going to be on everybody that was on the House of Conscious neck. I'm letting you know now, we're going to be on their neck. That's whether they was Hebrews or whoever it was. I tell my Hebrew family the same thing. I'm not going to shy away from nobody. I'm a 51-year-old guy. You feel me? I'm 51 years old.
What's your name, bro?
You know, some people say, you know, you see what I'm saying?
What's
and
your
then,
name?
You know, I'm from the country. You see what I'm saying?
What's your name, bro?
What's my name? My name is Momar Yasaid. Momar Yasaid. That's what I choose to use upon here. Now, if you want my real name, you can call me at any time, bro. I don't shy away from that.
No, I don't shy away from my real name neither. Okay, so listen, you watched that interview, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So you watched that interview on Tasha on not was it? I mean, Tone.
You know, hold on, bro. We're not gonna talk about that now because we're on a certain, you know. So Haka Bay wanna tune in, and I'm gonna let him. This is his show, and I don't want to take it over. But that's just like,
go ahead, bro.
Then we can talk about that enough. Hey, Oak, I got something for you. So Oak is pro vax, and everybody knows that. So I got on the phone here. I just was calling him my brother Rodney out of Chicago, and he's a herbologist, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about himself. I spoke to him, and this is the brother I was talking about, Oak. And Oak said he didn't want to debate, but he would have a conversation of the I guess what's important about vax, and then Rodney would talk about what's important about herbs. Rodney, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, brother. So I want to set this up, but I want to introduce you to Unc real quick. Brother, will you be available? What day you be available to talk about herbs in the code?
We can talk about whatever is convenient for you all, because I'm coming with I'm gonna come with all the scientific data. It's not gonna be my opinions at all. I'm not gonna do any deflecting. I'm gonna bring raw data and truth. So and
is your raw data is reflecting of the ability of the herbs?
I'm gonna show you what they've been using for decades, what the United States armies have been using back in the early 1900s and the early 1900s and late 1800s, what they were using herbal remedies to cure their soldiers. I'm going to bring all of that from their documents from Library of Congress. I'm going to
this don't look good.
I'm going to bring in older herbal books and remedies, because all of your medications derive from some form of herbal supplements or herbal extracts anyway. They have small portions of it, but I'm going to bring whatever I need to prove my point without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh my goodness. That's it, Rodney. That's it, Rodney. Let's let Unc say something. What you got, Unc?
Asking this one question.
Now, what you going to bring, Unc?
No, I don't got, look, listen. I'm going to ask him this one question. So, is it any herb that he know of on the market, plant or herb, that can do what a vaccine does? And that's cause an immune response that will protect you from infection, that will stop you from catching coronavirus. I just want to know. So based off the way he answered this question, I know what I'm in for.
Did you hear that, Rodney?
You could have a different cocktail of different herbs that will give an immune response to certain organs in your body, to certain portions of your lungs. You have different herbs that do different things. Like you're not going to take a herb that's going to help your prostate for your lungs. And there's no one herb that's going to stop all the different things that this virus has going on. This virus derives from SARS, MERS. It's even got it's giving you the same kind of virus and protein sequence as HIV. All of this is what they made this virus to be.
Hold up, Rodney. Don't give him too much, family. Y'all ready to tomorrow?
I want him to. I don't want to.
Rodney, can you just answer the question? Rodney, can you answer the question, please?
No, he said a cocktail could cause that effect.
No, he didn't. He started talking about lungs and
no. What he said there's a cocktail that could cause that effect, and you got herbs that can do something to protect.
No, I say can an herb can cause your body to have an immune response. Like a vaccine.
Can I ask Uncle a question?
No, man.
Yeah, he actually did answer you, Uncle. But hold up, let him ask you. We can get this in another.
I want to ask him to show me the data where this vaccine works.
Come on, man.
You had two FDA officials resign yesterday because they knew that the FDA wasn't supposed to give approval to that Pfizer biotech vaccine, and they wasn't going to put their name on the booster shots. They rather resign than sign off on those booster shots. So that tells you is going on the CDC website and the clinicaltrials.org and seeing all of the things that this vaccine is doing.
Hold up, Rodney. All right. See, hold up. Let me stop. Fam, we got to do this tomorrow, man, because I'm telling you, Rodney.
No, he never answered the question, though, dog.
He actually did, did.
He didn't say, no, ask him. Ask him to answer the question.
I can guarantee him, and I have numerous witnesses about what happened to me and the herbs that we use. And it's a cocktail of them, and we didn't catch it, and everybody around us had it.
He's saying what he's saying. Hold up, Rodney. He's saying it's a cocktail of herbs that
will cause. So tell him. I might not even want to talk to him after that because he's gonna get beat up something terrible.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's not even fun at this point. Yeah, he's taking the fun out the game. Yeah, he made that up.
Hold up. You ready tomorrow?
Yeah, he made that up. He should pop up right now. He should be able to pop up right now.
No, we can't right now. It's 11:30. I'm about to shut down. I want my brother E. Manhattan to talk.
Appreciate you, Rodney. Appreciate you,
Rodney. I appreciate you, brother. We're gonna put the flyer up tomorrow morning, and we're gonna get busy.
Thanks a lot, Rodney. Bring that evidence for that herb causing the immune response.
All right, I appreciate it, bro.
No, tell him bring that source.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, this brother is no joke.
Yeah, he is. No, listen, I don't know if he's
no joke. Bro, he lives by this thing right here.
No, listen.
This is not somebody just. This brother lives by this thing.
Listen to me. I'm starting to feel like I felt the other night. He didn't answer the question. If he did answer,
he said a cocktail of herbs
can cause an immune response.
That's what he said.
And I'm telling you that I'm telling y'all right now for the listening audience, there is no food, no herb, and no plant that will cause an immune response.
You can say that, but you have to prove that, and he has to prove his.
Wait, so do you think I can't prove that? Like right now in 2 seconds? Like that's a 2 second answer.
Oh, hold up. Listen. The brother is a pro herbologist. So he's pro herbs. You know what I'm saying? So we got to bring him in and let him fully explain before we go.
I know this is touchy. So do you think our ancestors, do you think the West Africans were herbologists? Seriously, do you think early, so can we agree that early Homo sapiens, all they had was the plants and the herbs? Can we at least agree to that?
Of course, what the Chinese they was knowledgeable of.
How about the Chinese?
Of course.
Traditional Chinese medicine, herbs, right?
Yes.
So how come when we go to China right now, they are masters of herbs? Why do they got herbs and goddamn vaccines, bro? Please answer that. Think about what I'm saying.
That, brother. You have to ask them. That's not something I could answer.
No, but you get my point though. If the herbs actually work, they wouldn't even have effects in.
Well, I guess it'd be the same thing that you got a hamburger and then you got the mystery meat that they sell. Who knows? I don't know. You have to ask China. But let me hey brother, I appreciate you. I'm gonna try to set that up tomorrow. And like you said, you don't want to debate, but you have a conversation.
Yeah. You know why I don't want to debate though, right?
No, I don't know.
Okay, let me explain it for you before I get off, right? Because in actuality, there is no debate in science whether herbs defeat the African idea of fight the pathogen with the pathogen. That's an African idea that was brought to North America in the 1700s. You had slave colonies that were inoculated using the pathogen. So there is no debate in science on that. So why would I debate something that's not a debate? It's only a debate in the conversation with the layman public that don't understand that.
Well, I think what you would have to do, is show the African that brought that to the United States and stand on that by name, by principle, as well as in the time frame. And then he would have to show his principle of how that works. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, but let me get E Manhattan, and then I have my brother Mumar, and I'm gonna get out of here. E Manhattan, are you there, brother?
Yes, indeed.
Anything you want to say to take us out, brother?
Nah, man, great show as usual. You said you was a little under the weather, so I'm just gonna suggest a few things for you to take. It's not herbs, but just make yourself a little smoothie, man. Throw some you can have your kombucha, but get some high vitamin C fruits, pineapple, orange. Throw a little ginger in there, blend it up with some almond milk. Get some rest. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do, bro.
Yeah, that rest,
man, I got a baby cold, man. You know how the babies come from school? They had to set my 2-year-old school down because all the babies were sick. And so I was with the baby while my wife was working. And, my son loves to just jump on me. And next thing you know, he gave it to me, man. That baby cold ain't no joke.
No, it's not.
So I'm working through it, though, man. I appreciate you, my brother. And always stay tuned, brother. Come on here, man, and give me some balance. You know what I like about you, E. Manhattan? You said, brother, it's time to put the scimitar away. You know what I'm saying? And for you to say that to me, brother, I got to respect you for that because many people love to see the drama. And it doesn't mean I'm going to put it away. But many people will encourage the drama. But we need to use that scimitar when it's time. You know what I'm saying? And all times are not alike. So I appreciate that, bro.
Hey, man, no problem.
And so
thank you for having me.
Indeed. Anything you want to say before you go,
No, I'm just saying, man, I'm gonna keep polishing up my game, man. Shout out to the pseudo killers, man. Y'all go hit the channel, man. Subscribe, man.
But you know what's funny though,
I
don't rock with y'all like that for real. It's like I don't even know a lot. I don't even know a lot of what y'all teach. I'm just saying. But when I was putting these slides together, I say it's ironic that you said it. I said, man, this is a pseudo killer demonstration here.
Yeah, yo, that's it. That's what we do, yo. But so I hope
I literally said that in my head. I was like, this is a pseudo killer because the whole conversation was way out of bounds. So
it was, but that's all right, man. We all live and learn. He won't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? He won't do that more. And Mubu, hold on, am I saying your name right? I got you.
Mumar, man. Just call me Venom, bro. Usually I go by Venom 314 on here, but I use Mumar.
You on Facebook, man? You gonna have a conversation, yo? I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah, I hit you up.
You got me on Facebook, Unc West.
I email to Harker. I got his email and I sent it to him, and then he can share it with whoever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in hiding. Just that certain things, I just don't like putting out there and stuff.
Yeah, I give you mine. Pseudo killers, man.
Hello?
Pseudo killers at gmail.com.
All right, hold up. I ain't got no pen yet, but I got you.
No, I'm gonna type it right here.
Happened to my man Crip. Crip couldn't get in. I might have to call Crip on the phone, man. Crip had a comment, man. It's my mod, man.
Nah, but Tahaka, hey man, thanks for letting me on the platform tonight. I'm not a YouTuber or anything like that. This is like actually my first time on YouTube and stuff like that. I just
that's good, man. That's what make it organic. You know what I'm saying? I say that's what make it organic,
Yeah.
man. I can appreciate
And,
that. You know, we need.
check,
I got a bunch.
I got you, King.
I got a
Go
bunch
ahead.
of emails from people that want to come on that nobody never even heard of much, and that's what make it organic. And you know, when they come on here, they're gonna have to deal with those that's been around, like the pseudo killers, if they come wrong. You say but I think it's out with the old and in with the new. And the old is them old lies, them old stories, them old tales. They shouldn't be tolerated no more. Period. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody want to get sensitive, you ain't my man, you trying to shine on me. You trying to come correct. And if you say something wrong and slip of the tongue, just say my bad. Because I'm telling you, I'm scared. If I slip of the tongue, I'm gonna tell you real fast. Oh, hold up. Nah, I'm gonna leave that alone. Because I ain't trying to get somebody to drag me, and I'm trying to stand on a lie while you dragging me. Nah, I ain't doing that. But I appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, Unc.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man.
King,
good job, man.
King, let me say this. Hey,
what's that?
Hey, King, can I say this to you right quick before you go? Man, you can't
Absolutely.
let these people get to you. You can't let these people take you off your square. You know, people come to your channel, man, because they want their information. They tired of all these people out here in the community setting up there destroying them. Like I told you today, I think I spoke upon, if you go back and look at the comments that I made, I spoke on Enqi when he first made that comment that you was wrong. If you know you wrong, just admit you was wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that I don't like about those people in the conscious community. They don't want to admit when they wrong, when they don't know something. If you don't know something, say you don't know something. But
absolutely,
like he said today, I'm not sure if you heard some of the comments that he made today. He said something about he got turtles off in a swimming pool. Okay. And he can't figure out why the turtles died. Okay, then you say that you keep your temperature in your swimming pool at 90 degrees. Who gonna get in a pool with 90-degree temperature? Come on now. I'm just sitting up there. Those are some of the things that I saw today. And that let me know that he didn't know what he was talking about. It's real talk. And then, but you pushing this stuff out in the community, you making money off of it. That's why we got to get these people out of the community. They go with the Breakfast Club. They go with all these people out here that's sitting there pushing all this bull job. They thought the Breakfast Club thought they were funny the other day when they went at my boy Boosie and gonna put that flag behind him, that homosexual flag behind him when they asked him questions. I ain't got nothing against homosexuals, but they tried to play a narrative. Hey, it is what it is. But hey, like I say, thanks for letting me come on here, man. I hope, some of the things I said, and I love to come back sometime and, hit it up with you and stuff, man, because I say, man, I rock with you, bro.
Man, and I appreciate it, bro. And I like to keep it organic, so keep coming back, brother. I appreciate you.
I got you, King.
And let me get my guy from Australia. Hey, mate, are you there, mate? Oh my goodness. E Manhattan. I think he gone. I think I let everybody out. So, family, I appreciate you. I think Enqi tried to go and do a remix over there. But at this point, I'm going to leave it alone because the facts are the facts. And it is what it is. He was unqualified to talk about what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, family, have a good night. I'm up out of here. We back tomorrow. We might, if I can set it up with Unc now, we might have a debate tonight, family. We might have a debate tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? I just had to set the record straight that, family, don't let nobody manipulate you. You have a computer in your hand. You could do the same research. These people did flawed research and then going to stand on it because they don't know no better. And any good researcher, they will research what they already researched. You follow what I'm saying? They will research what they already researched. So everything that I looked up, I could find at least 5 cross references because I research what I research. That way, I don't get caught out there looking crazy. You follow me? Wild Funk, my apology. I X'd you out. Unmute yourself, brother. Anything you want to say in closing? I know. Christian news and interviews. Sis, they should. God doggone, I promoted them something crazy. I need somebody on my team that can help me with advertising. Do we got advertising people out here? Help me out. Because I did promote that. I probably done made them a little stack this week. You know what I'm saying? And then when people go on and watch the video, I probably made them a couple stacks. I mean, anybody into advertising? Come on, man, hook me up. Wild Folk, are you there? Can't hear you, brother.
Can you hear me now?
There you go, brother. Anything you wanted to say in closing, I made a mistake and kicked you out.
Yeah. You've actually got a job, brother. That's the difference.
Oh yeah. I don't.
You've actually got a job. You've got a profession. You got all this shit going for you.
Yeah, I guess people gotta save face if this is the only way that they're gonna make money, huh?
Well, I don't know. What do you say?
Yeah, that just sounds reasonable. You can't be questioned if your money depends on people believing you. You know what I'm saying? If your finances,
I listen to you when I go to work. That's what I'm saying.
Right. You go to work too?
I do.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. From the down under, Australia in the building, brother. I'm gonna get out of here, family. I hope I see you on the next time. You say you listen to me when you go to work. But man, I hope you can catch me live if that means that you're live, man, because I appreciate your commentary on the back end of these conversations, bro. I appreciate you. All right. I think something happened to his mic, but whatever the case may be. Yeah, bro got the radio announcer voice. Bro got the radio. Y'all ever see the homeless guy that they found on the streets and he had the voice? Yeah, this is MSNBC. Y'all remember that guy, the homeless guy? He got the, you know what I mean? But I appreciate you, family. I got to get out of here.
They gave us the kombucha plant, and the kombucha.
Kombucha is not a plant. That ain't my understanding of kombucha. Kombucha is just tea.
No, kombucha is a plant. No, kombucha is a plant made out of the source of MS.
No, what my understanding is, Enqi, kombucha can be made from any sort of tea, and I'm looking it up right now. It's not a certain kombucha plant. It can be made from any sort of tea.
No, you talking about.
You got the plant ready? I want to see the kombucha plant like a dandelion. If you can't show me the kombucha plant, we got to move on, brother.
That means Taharka now has to sit quietly while he gets the answer to his question.
No, you're not going to get that. I X the screen out. I don't care. You're not going to deflect. You're going to show me the kombucha plant, and that's it. If you cannot show me the kombucha plant, we don't have nothing else to talk about.
Let me ask you a question.
Would have been his kombu. Kombu is a seaweed. It's a kelp. Grows in the ocean. And the cha is from their language, Japanese, I believe. And it means tea. So it's tea from kombu, a seaweed. And what they do is they use bacteria and yeast to ferment it to make a drink out of it. All right. So it's kind of considered like a probiotic tea. All right. Today in manufacturing, these yeast are made from the main yeast that they use, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is foreign. They're cloning these bacteria and yeast, and they're fermenting the kombu seaweed and making a tea. So there you have it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need you to show me your doctorate. I'm gonna need you to show me your certification.
I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I'll be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I'll be that more you gon' remember.
I'm gonna need you to show me your certification.
I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right.
I'm gonna need you to show me your certification, credentials to the front, please.
That more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back.
I'm gonna need those credentials now.
Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you
Kamikaze Bay.
Prove demonstration.
So family, maybe I got to put Kamikaze Bay away. E Manhattan say put the sword away. I guess that mean I gotta put Kamikaze Bay away until it's time to bring them out. Back to Grand Chic.
Back, you tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people talk European how to bathe. And look at that women buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell no, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation chasing pills, weed and syrup. Yeah, they love Lil Yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigos, Ross, Lucid. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now cypher, I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'll be that more you gon' remember. Be more. I'll be that more you gon' remember. Nap Town. I'll be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I'll be that more you gon' remember. LA. I'll be that more you gon' remember. New York. I'll be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.